pretty sweet scheme. Basically, they had these credit cards, and they would just come up with these fraudulent bills, and they would submit them and get Synchrony Bank to pay for them, right? At least that's what I'm getting out of this so far. The purported Care Credit card holders did not pay Synchrony when they were billed for the fraudulent Care Credit card transactions. Between and around March 2017 and around December 2018, Synchrony deposited approximately 1.6 million into the bank accounts controlled by these co-conspirators. Jesus Christ. So these guys were able to get about $1.6 million from the scheme. And to me, I'm trying to figure out how in the world does this bank allow this type of fraud to go on in the tune of $1.6 million, right? So I'm trying to figure out if this was all done in big chunks, or if there was like thousands of microtransactions, which basically led up to $1.6 million. And if that's the case, how do you allow someone to defraud you for $1.6 million? And to me, that just doesn't make sense, right? Unless, like, again, they're like the huge chunks, 500 million, 500,000, 400,000, so on and so forth. The co-conspirators used those bank accounts and the funds fraudulently obtained from Synchrony to pay for their personal expenses, all in violation of Title 18 United States Code Section 1349. And then it goes count 2. The allegations contained in paragraph 1, 3, and 4, count 1 of this indictment are hereby repeated, realleged, and incorporated as fully set forth herein. From in around 2016 through in around 2018, the District of New Jersey and elsewhere defendants, Larry McGee and company, knowingly executed and attempted to execute a scheme and artifice to defraud financial institution named Synchrony, whose deposits were insured by the Federal Deposit Corporation. We kind of already read that. And then the allegation goes as follows. The allegations contained in paragraph 1, 3, and 4, we read that. On about the dates set forth below in the District of New Jersey and elsewhere, the defendant Adam D. Arena during and relation to felony violations of 18 U.S.C. 1344 and 1349, as set forth in counts 1 and 2 of the indictment, did knowingly transfer, process, and use without unlawful authority a means identifying of another person as set forth in the individual account below. So March 17, 2017, he used name, social security number, and medical license number. Ooh, wow, how did he get that? Victim number 1 on credit card network merchant application for the medical practice located in Miami, Florida. Count 4. And count 4 is essentially the same thing, this time for Dwayne Modeless. And he used the information of victim number 2, the same information. And then it talks about forfeiture. Then it goes on, as a result of committing the bank fraud offenses charges in accounts 1 and 2 of this indictment, the defendant's charge and each respective count of this indictment, Larry McGee and company shall forfeit to the United States of America pursuant to 18 U.S.C. 982 A2 any property constituting or derived from proceeds obtained directly or indirectly as a result of the offense charge. Now, I also did a video where I talk about forfeiture procedures. I'll try to put a link of that above, right about now. And, that link talks about how the government can actually forfeit your assets, whether or not those assets were used in the commission of a crime, or those assets are the result of the crime, or simply because you owe restitution, right? So check that video out where we talk about the post-conviction procedures and we talk about criminal forfeiture in that video, right? And it goes on and talks about substitute assets provisions, essentially meaning that if they can't find the assets, and they can take whatever you have. And then that is essentially it for that indictment. We have some other documents to get through. We can actually see in this document, this one is specifically for Larry McGee, and it goes on. Let me blow this up a little bit here. And it goes on. The defendant Larry L. McGee was represented by Howard B. Brownstein Esquire. The defendant pleaded guilty to counts 1 and 2 of the indictment on 6/17/2020. Accordingly, the court has adjudicated that the defendant is guilty of the following offenses, and basically, he's guilty of conspiracy to commit fraud, and he's guilty of bank fraud. Right? He pleaded guilty to those. Right? So typically, when you plead guilty to something, you're hoping for some type of plea agreement. I don't know if he actually got a plea agreement, but I'm thinking the sentencing that he received is pretty light.
Oh, good morning. Oh, he got a plea agreement. Oh, he had to use another black man to get himself into the position that his agenda was to be. He came out here with one once that Kelly then I can help. Good morning again. I'm only here for a second. I just had to replay that because sometimes when you find a group of a pack of or people that is so easy about the levels of the last have a character that came out here on the YouTube streets who used his powers, used his brainstorming on a situation that had occurred in his personal life to find ways to help him on a drastical situation. I think, in my opinion, the same stigma that they are trying to put and keep on Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, I'm believing you gotta keep that same energy and put the same stigma on another person that is not appetizing in the eyes of humanity out here. I think that, in my humble opinion, that Drunkin Larry should be kept in the limelight out here, highlighted very freaking brightly, not just because of the Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly case, but just for humanity as a whole. I do. I think that once he exit the gates of it being incarcerated, that stigma needs to be out there. Who's to say that he's going to be this changed man that he comes out, or that he did come out on his going away party, that he's a changed man. He's a changed man to the eyes of the YouTube naive people. They were manipulated on as well. They were manipulated on, but I understand some people just don't understand manipulation to the highest degree. It's because we liked him. It's because he helped. Oh, he helped in many, 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 many ways. He helped do his dirt, disasters of trying to crucify another man. Another man. If you ask me, hell, he at the beginning, he did the majority of the help with all of his flabbergastic, allegedly freaking stories behind this R. Kelly. What is this? Episodes. Yeah, he did. He brought out this person. He brought out that person. He called and contacted several of people. He got, to inside of Azrael head, and that's with his admission. We brought her to the house. We did this. We were there downtown, but we weren't really there, but we were there. Just all that type of malarkey. But it just cracks me up, to the extent to where, I hear so many people, with the Drunkin Larry this and the Drunkin Larry and the Drunkin Larry. Drunkin Larry used this entirely situation for his advantage, not giving two shits about another human being at all. When it's said and done, the reality of this, when a person is speaking or doing all of this old crazy things out here, they don't give a hoots about not even the people that is cheerleading him on, him on, or that's the only way that I could put that. But no, it was basically, hell, since I'm on the road, let me light this live up and kiss, because these people love it because they hate R. Kelly too, and they want him up underneath the good stigma. The word should be out. It should be kept. Everybody should be nervous with using any type of credit card or banking number or anything around this nigga. If you ask me, this nigga is considered as a goddamn fraudulent ass nigga. He was inspired to do whatever it is. And now you have to let's take it a step forward. We're talking about a person who is, what was he given, 18 months? And I don't know how they even calculated 18 months up that fast, because I know we ain't did no damn 18 months. But anyways, however they calculated it, whatever, he be out soon. 18 damn months ain't no soon to me. Shit. I'm like, what the hell is people in the fairy dairy land? Like, what the hell? That's an actually long goddamn time. But anyways, um, manipulating, good at that. Definitely good at that. I watched the cheerleader squad, right? I can't even understand how belligerent like a person can be, when it comes to someone that is like, who bills he paying? He can't pay none. He ain't got no money. They gonna take every darn thing that they can get from him, and boy, don't let him miss a payment. He also is now in the slavery, on the slave ship. The goddamn government gonna own his ass just as well as the anybody else that has been or whatever. They own you. They own you. He's gonna be a yes sir. Yes sir. He sure better have that goddamn money orders and shit all written out very well, to pay that goddamn fine off. That's coming too. By golly, will he ever get a stable job? Well, that's gonna be hard to do, especially around money. 'Cause ain't nobody gonna trust his act. He definitely ain't buying his way out of the felony. He's a done deal. He's a done fried ass deal. He is. But that's just my perception of it. Ain't no way out of it. You can't pay off a felony. And on those applications or whatever, and we know he's going to come back and try to get his YouTube entrepreneurship back up by, raising all the money through the YouTube. But you leave it up to me, and if and energy, I sure put a goddamn campaign out about why not to. Nah, he needs to keep that stigma on him and see how, what you did to these people who, I don't know, it's the synchrony people, or whatever, and grabbing information that did not belong to you. Scary as hell. It's scary as hell. We already got to deal with those goddamn Arabians or Muslims and all these other crazy ass Caucasian, whatever you want to call them, damn people, putting in fake phone calls to you, trying to grab whatever identity. Not only just him, you have now what they call this doxing shit out here or whatever, where people look stuff up and this or that. Yeah, you got to be careful for those people too. It's horrible. It becomes your resume when you sit here and say that I'm going to look this person up and I'm going to do all these sort of things to people. But it's crazy. I'm going to give the shout out to the person that every indictment. Indictments are not good to have on you. It's some of it is alleged until it makes it on courtroom, the law of the land, up in there to prove well what's actually true and what's actually not true. Um, Other than that, I just came on to say hello to the chat and my chat, One Papoose over here. But it's just funny how, and it's, what's really sad though, is like just all overprotective and or underprotective gang stuff out here is hilarious. And I'm sitting here like, but wait a minute, if a person is claiming that this person over here is a horrible person and he did this and he did that, like, but wait a minute, this person over here as well is a horrible person. He did this and he did that. So if you're in the middle and you take a side, it's like, but wait a minute now, hold up. That anyway, they choose to do what they do out here, but this shit is just crazy. That Drunkin Larry is going to forever have that freaking stigma. Can you imagine, like, him sitting up in church? He got some sins. God, some shit. God forgive me for what I done did. He does too as well. He's gonna always have a jail number. What is it, 6 to 9 digits long? I don't even know. I know it's somewhere close to that. Maybe it's 10. I don't know. That damn nigga is a number. He got two permanent numbers, a jail number and a goddamn social security number. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that I could say, about humanity out here. You got to watch the devils in disguises, because those will be the ones that wants to sit up, try to teach you this and teach you how to do that and show you how to do this. And then behind the scenes, they just as crooked as a fucking donut, because he is so good at what he do. What is his name? Deshaun Madalis. Is his name. Deshaun Madalis. Deshaun Madalis. Yeah. He's so good at what he do, boy. He can make anybody tap him with them goddamn dollars. That man is as I guess that still have 5 more minutes will judge exactly what he has done, but he's going to keep up the same shit. It's just going to be in a different manner, because he's going to have to come out and get his grind back on real hard, so that he can continue to take care of home and as he should, because this is part of a responsibility of a man to do so. But oh, it's gonna be hard. He ain't finna handle. The only reason why it won't be hard is because of the YouTube and the team that he has and support that he has. Up the par before he do some type of support. That's upsetting part that I get to look at. Right? I'm like, most of the majority and freaking jobs and shit like that. Like, you ain't building up no freak security or yourself. So it's very important. Sure is. I think that he should still stay highlighted out here. We can't forget that. We got to keep the stigma on him, on how he's a freaking fraud. He's very susceptible to continuing up the conspiracy, fraudulent act behavior that he did before he got incarcerated. I think that if the shine highlight is going to be on one man, that's what should be done. Yeah, that's what should be done. That's what I think. Other than that, it's still a mystery, like I said, on who contacted who. Who contacted who? Did the Angelo Claire contacted the Drunkin Larry, or did the Drunkin Larry start reaching out, contacting old Angelo over there, and then they decided, well, you know what, shit, we told, I saw two of them where, you know, previous behavior that he had and been before he